everybody, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great new year. I got a couple of things in the mail with some gift cards, and one of them was Eileen Hall's Scoreboard XL. What's this one called? The card caddy. So it cuts out like this, which I'll show you in a second, and it makes this card caddy, but you can easily turn this into a journal. I mean, it's just screaming journal, right? So it's nice when you get a die where you have multiple purposes for that, and even she shows that here as an alternative there with that nice ornate edge. So something to think about there with that. Here's how it cuts out. So if you use her Sizzix mat board from Sizzix, you can cut that out in one swoop and you'll get the piece with the scoreboards and fold them, make this a thicker journal, or the card caddy goes like that, if that makes sense, because this is like, how wide is that? Bottom is 1.5. Obviously this piece, I guess, are the sides. It looks like a little pocket to me, but you would just fold those. And of course you can add paper to this. You can, I like to use acrylic paint on this mat board, works really nicely. So you'd want to cut 2 of these, so you can just use like a scrap of your mat board from another project. Sometimes you have a little bit left over, and that can fit right in there like that. And then you'd have another one, and then you have your card caddy. And then you can glue multiple together if you want to make like a desk organizer, which it'd have to be a rather large one to organize this desk, but you could do that. You could go like that and have it be like a file type of thing. So different things you can do there. And then it has this cute little label, which also could be used as a little tag if you poke a hole in there on other projects. But you can use that as a label, or if you're going to do the journal method, you could put that like right there for where your like a ribbon would come out of, type of thing. So as always, Eileen Hall is like great at her die. I love her dies. I'm actually waiting for her new release with the new journal that she's got, but I like how she kind of thinks out of the box with a lot of her dies. You can get more use out of them than a single use. So of course you can cut this out of other things as well, but I wanted just to show that to you. I'm going to go ahead and paint that on another video from the release recently, Specimen, recently as in the last couple months I think, and this is the Tim Holtz Specimen. I'm a sucker for these file folders and specimen cards. But so this is how it comes. And actually has the Sizzix folder, and then it has had the die in here separately. This is unfolded. It with the largest point is about 6 1/8, and then wide, so folded then would be of course 3 plus that little tab, and then wide is 4.5. So kind of like a postcard size almost when it's open, if it were going all the way up here, if that makes sense. But so a good size, and actually folded would fit in here. So imagine that folded, you could make little pages out of that. Now I have a recent release from Elizabeth Craft. Here's the little library card you could put in there that fits nicely into that Eileen Hall one there. And there's the file folder from here. I'll take that out that I was playing around with. So just so you can see the difference. So the Tim Holtz one's a little bit smaller than the Elizabeth Craft one. And you could, it's a little bit big for that. So I would probably use the Tim Holtz one. But so here's a smaller one from the smaller set. I knew there was a smaller one. So that's a little bit smaller. So the Tim Holtz one's kind of in between. So as far as adding it to your collection, that way you'd have a 3rd size, and then of course the library card. That's Elizabeth Craft. Pieces. Now there are a lot of pieces, so you might want to put it in a sturdier bag or on a magnetic sheet. So you've got, let's open that up here. So many tinies. Yeah, I would definitely try to contain this because in my studio it would be absolutely lost. So let me get the larger pieces out. You're looking at here. So that must be those numbers, the loose ones. And then these words, this is not a piece. It looks like a piece, but they're not, it's not like a die. They're all separate little words here. So for example, like that. And they don't have an edge to them. So you can cut them into, the bonus of that is you can cut, not that piece, but one of these, maybe this one. So you could cut that out of cardstock and then you could cut the word into there and then it would be in the paper, if that makes sense. And then you can back it with another solid piece of this. Tab, typical tab you might find there. And then there are a couple of these. Let's get these together here. So two of these book plates. Oh, this is the solid. So this is the frame and this is the solid piece. So that's the book plate. Okay, perfect. So that's like that, and then these go together like that. Okay. And then you have the specimen die, which has a little bit of embossing line there, so that when you fold that up, you will have, you know, the rivets and everything, and then you'll have that. You could make a shaker out of that or just decorate that, but whatever you see through the window is obviously what you're going to see for your specimen. You could put vellum over that as well before you glue it shut. 3 like cards, if you will. Let's get some sizes on this. So this is 2, almost 2.5, not quite, and then 3. Almost like an ATC kind of size. And then this one is 1.5 by 1 3/4. So maybe that can fit in there if you want to cut out a picture or something. And then this one, which looks suspiciously like this window, is 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. So that gives you an idea, hopefully, of some sizes here. So you get 3 of those to play around with, make journal cards and things. You get all of that. There are some other releases with some envelopes and coin envelopes. I didn't quite get that yet, but this was probably my favorite. It was kind of hard to find for a while, so I just didn't get it. But and then it was on sale, so I went ahead and got it. But I am noticing these nice little divots here with the file folder, so that's a nice little touch to that. So I'm going to secure this before I lose it all and play around with my Eileen Hall thing there, and I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Say the next window. Go ahead and get a like and subscribe to this video. That would be greatly appreciated. Have a great day.